This is the art journal page I'm going to make while I share my thoughts I had during my Bible meditation this morning. If you want to make this art journal page along with me, you'll need these art supplies. You can download the free printables from my website at joycanseeyou.com. The art I create for you is free for personal use only. If you do use my art, please post your creations on Instagram and tag me at joycanseeyou and hashtag joycanseeyou so I can like your post. These are the thoughts that came to mind when I was reading Mark 11, verse 22, through the first half of verse 25 in the Amplified Version. Jesus replied, "Have faith in God constantly. I assure you and most solemnly say to you, whoever says to this mountain, 'Be lifted up and thrown into the sea,' and does not doubt in his heart in God's unlimited power, but believes that what he says is going to take place, it will be done for him in accordance with God's will. For this reason I am telling you, whatever things you ask for in prayer, in accordance with God's will, believe with confident trust that you have received them, and they will be given to you. Wherever you stand praying, if you have anything against anyone, forgive him. Drop the issue, let it go." In verse 23, where it says, "does not doubt in his heart," I was confused by what it means to doubt in your heart, so I thought I would find another instance of heart, which there's tons of them in the Bible, but in Proverbs 23:7, heart is related with thinking. It says, "For as he thinks in his heart, so is he." So the first way to get what you want is don't think about the things you don't want. So it says, "does not doubt in his heart." So don't doubt in your thinking, don't doubt in your imagination. Stop thinking and stop seeing anything that goes against what God has promised you. Stop thinking and seeing the things that you don't want. God wants us to have a good life. "For I have come to give you life and to give it more abundantly," is what Jesus says in John 10:10. So another thing I used to doubt in the past was the part of verse 23 that says, "If I believe what I say is going to take place, it will be done." Then parentheses, "in accordance with God's will." And I used to think, oh great, well that means I'm not going to get it because God wants me to be poor. Or I used to think, what if God doesn't want me to have a house or have more than enough money, or all those excuses. But we know that God wants us to have those things because it tells us in the Bible, exceeding abundantly above all that you can think or ask. There's so many instances in the Bible where it says that God wants us to have good things. So I have to believe the Bible is true. I have to believe that it's true when Jesus said, "I have come so you might have life and have it more abundantly." I have to believe when he said exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think. And that is in Ephesians 3:20. I have to believe that God really does want me to have health and peace and joy and a happy, healthy family and wealth and all those other promises. The second way to get what you want is to believe God is a good God and he wants us to have good things. There's multiple instances in the Bible that says that, so we simply have to believe it. In verse 24, where it says, "believe with confident trust." If my trust is confident, I don't even think what if, or what if it doesn't happen, or what if this bad thing happens, etc. What if is a question from a doubting mind. Confident trust makes you sit in the chair without worrying if the chair is going to collapse. So get rid of the what ifs. Then in verse 24, after it says, "believe with confident trust that you have received them." That's past tense. So God already gave it to you, and you already have received it. I used to think my problem was trying to figure out how to manifest or receive what God has already given me, but those thoughts came from a mindset of not having it yet. I don't even have to wonder because I already have it. When I drive home, I don't wonder how I'm going to get into my house because I already have the key. Then the third way to get what you want is in the first part of verse 25, is when you stand praying, if you have anything against anyone, forgive him, drop the issue, let it go. So you have to forgive, don't hold a grudge. And it's this point that I illustrated because this is the analogy that came to my head when thinking about that. I need to purge the negative energy. Number one, because God told me to. Number two, the bad energy conflicts with the positive energy of believing. And number three, the incoherent frequency of a grudge will block my blessings, because I need all my energy, all my positive energy, or I need all of my energy to be positive, to believe, and to have constant faith in all the gifts that God has given me. When I was thinking about grudges and how they hold you back, I've thought of how people have stolen money from me in the past, or stolen whatever it may be. And I started thinking about a football player. When a football player has the ball and he's running to the end zone, and a player from the opposing team tries to tackle him, does the player with the ball stop and turn around and start yelling at the opposing team and start complaining that, oh, you tried to trip me, you tried to tackle me? No, he doesn't stop. He just keeps going, because if he did stop, he'd be tackled by the entire opposing team and he would be buried. He doesn't care that the other guy grabbed his leg and slowed him down a little. He keeps running as fast as he can, because he knows if he gets to the end zone, he wins the game. When the game is won, the opposing team can't do anything to take away that win. Now, the opposing team could tackle him after he makes it to the end zone, but it would be ineffective and pointless, because the player knows that he already got the touchdown. So he doesn't hold a grudge against those opposing team members. So don't waste your time or your blessings holding a grudge. It keeps you from receiving your blessing. So these thoughts I had this morning helped me. I hope they help you as far as how to get what you want. Number one, don't think about the things you don't want. Number two, believe God is a good God and He wants you to have good things. And number three, don't spend God's promises on grudges. Don't waste God's promises by holding a grudge. Just be like that football player who has the ball. He does everything in his power to get to the end zone. Once you're there, nothing anyone has tried to do to you will matter, because you have won the game. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any free printable art. If you do use my art that is free for personal use only, please post your creations on Instagram and tag me at @JoyCanSeeYou and hashtag #JoyCanSeeYou so I can like your post.